So I'm Dave, I'm one of the in-house designers and shapers at S-Lab. We work closely with Serpwood Warehouse and their Australian-made custom board program. And being from the Gold Coast, I'm inspired by incredible waves and the sun-rich surf culture we have here. Been making boards for this kind of conditions for a long time. And any surfer will tell you the best board is a custom one made for you. So once you've been online and you've designed your board up and push submit, it'll head through the internet portals and it gets to me, and I'll sit on our design software called Shape 3D and I'll design the board up to match those specs that you've given us. After that, I'll send the file off to our machine, and the machine does a really good job of roughing out the blank, getting rid of all the excess foam and getting the shape very close to how I've designed it. So after we're done with the machine, I come into the shaping bay and shape your boards down to spec. We start with the deck with various pads, hard and soft pads, and take all the machine lines out and get it all nice and smooth. The deck's a contoured surface, so the soft block helps finish that nicely and match the contours back to original design. So working on the bottom with a nice hard block, plane the stringer down, keep it flush with the foam, with a small hand plane, and then we get a soft block out. My step is a soft block over the rails, get the rails nice and rounded again, and then I'll get some gauze, shaping gauze, which is a flexible sandpaper, and we'll make the rails nice and round, taking care to have a good sharp edge in the tail. The last step on the board before we're finished is to fine gauze, just to take all the scratches out, and then we'll mark the fins in the right spot to match your shape. These fin marks are really important because then at the factory when the fins are routed in, they know exactly where the fins go. We'll then measure your board with calipers and make sure it meets spec and sign it up with the right information, hopefully your name and the right serial number. And then the board's off to the factory to get glassed. When the board gets to the factory, one of the first jobs it gets is the stringer gets taped up so the wood stays nice and clean, and then we spray the blank white. The reason we spray the blank white is to protect it from UV and to help it stay white longer and help it last longer for you. After that spray white has been done and the paint's gone dry, we then get a router and some templates and we route out the fin plug holes for where the fins are going to be set. This is where the craftsman uses those fin marks that I placed on the board to be in the right spot. We take special attention that the fins have the right angle on them and they're set in resin. Once that's all done, the fiberglassing process starts to take place, and we use polyester resin and fiberglass, and we coat the board with a single layer on the bottom of 4 or 6 ounce, depending on the specs you've ordered, and 2 layers on the deck. At this stage, the deck might have carbon fibre placed on it as well, in this laminating process. We squeeze as much resin out of the board as possible to keep it nice and light and keep it strong. Yet we'll leave enough resin there and enough glass on the deck that it's tough and durable. And once it's sanded up, wet rubbed really nice and finished off just for you. At some stage maybe it got a spray in between if you ordered a colour, but then the board goes through, gets QC'd and goes out and gets in a nice box and it gets head off to you.